Alright, getting some more work done on this 302. I did get the starter bolted in and I did wire it up to the solenoid. Got all the spark plugs in. Got the crankshaft pulley on. Got the heater hose outlet on. Coolant temp sender in. Plugged off some vacuum ports in the intake. Got the fuel pump mounted and the oil pressure sender. Got that set up. Got the oil filter on. Got the carburetor all bolted in. This is a 600 CFM Holley vacuum secondary. It is a factory reconditioned. You can usually pick these up on eBay directly from Holley for I think I was like 240 bucks, which I mean isn't bad, and to their credit they do go through them and they stuff needs rebuilt, whatever they do, but they do fully warranty them as if they are brand new. So for how much cheaper they are than an actual brand new one, it's really worth it. Plus you figure probably 90% of the returns are people putting them on and not knowing how to adjust them and thinking something's wrong with them and sending them back or something silly like that. So I do have 2 sets of long tube headers for a 302, but they are not going to work in this setup because where the clutch slave cylinder and where that cross member sits, that's right where those headers want to dump, and there's just not enough. I was thinking I could cut them and turn them down, but there's just not enough room to mess with it. Plus this engine's probably only going to be about 250 horse, so I mean you're not gaining a whole lot with long tube headers unless you're really pushing 400 plus horse. So I ordered some 80s F-150 brand new Dorman exhaust manifolds because they fall exactly where I need them to. On this side, because of the way the clutch slave is, you can't use like Shorty Mustang headers because Shorty Mustang headers dump out towards the back. Well, that clutch slave and the steering box on this application are just right where like Mustang Shorty headers want to go. But the F-150s, they actually kind of come forward and then dump out in this big hole here. So they will be new. And then I ordered a 80 to 83 F-150 Y pipe because those don't have cats. Anything 84 newer had catalytic converters on it. So those should be here in 4 or 5 days, and then I should be able to start this. I was hoping to get it started this weekend, but I'm not going to start it without exhaust manifolds. And then too, I had to order a water pump pulley. I thought I had one, but I looked through everything. I don't have one, so I ordered a new one of those. So kind of bummed it's not running. I mean, it's literally connect the, this fuel line, remount it to the frame, get it all pretty nice and out of the way, hook it up, fuel line up there, fill it with oil. This little shaft right here where the distributor goes, that's actually how you would, after you rebuild an engine, it's always good to prime them. So you actually stick a drill on the tip of that. Then once the engine's full of oil, you spin that and it acts as if the distributor were spinning if the motor was running, and it'll actually turn the oil pump And then obviously you can read your gauge in the cab, make sure you're actually physically making oil pressure with a drill, get everything in the engine all nice and primed. And then once you're done with that, take that one bolt off, pull it out, drop your distributor in, hook your wires up, and then you can actually fire it. I mean, you don't have to do that, but it is a safer bet, making sure all the oil galleys have oil in them, all the valve train has oil on it, and make sure you don't have any leaks before it actually starts up and runs. But I am running electric gauges, so the oil pressure is an electric sender, so I don't have a little dinky plastic line going into the cab. Same thing with the coolant, they're both electric. I've got plenty of things to do, in the meantime while I'm waiting on parts. Somebody had already mounted aftermarket gauges in the dash, so I'm going to pop those out. Those are mechanical. I'm going to go ahead and put these Bosch electric ones in its place. They're a little more modern, more accurate, plus you're not running an oil line into the cab. I'm going to change the fluid in the diffs and in the transfer case, and then I'm going to change out these tail lights too. I did this on I had a 59, which is the same bed. These tail lights are super dim and they just don't look super great, so you pop those housings out, the lens and then the housing behind it, and then got these trailer lights from Grote, and I did this on my 59. When that's out, these mount flush, and then you just get some stainless screws and put it in there. These things are super bright, they work really well, and it looks pretty good too. So doing some upgrades. I need to do some wiring work on it, obviously, to wire up everything new. And then the owner of the truck was saying the headlights and turn signals and stuff weren't super reliable, so if I need to rewire a new fuse box and run a bunch of new, I will. If I dig into it and most of the original stuff is in well enough condition, then we'll save a little bit of money. We'll do that. But nothing I see so far is super catastrophic, so it's all intact. I don't see anything melted or broke. I did notice one wire on this side for the headlight that the sheathings broke, so obviously. But anyway, like I said, bummed it's not running, but tomorrow I'll work some more on it and get a bunch more other stuff ready. I can put the radiator in, there's plenty of work to do, lots of cleanup. Need to get all the metal shavings from drilling those holes in the frame, stuff like that. So thanks for watching.